and the weather doesn't stop. Makes you wonder, do most people actually prefer it if it was, say, sunny but absolutely no rain, where there's going to be like a water shortage, or would you rather have it rain where you can't do anything in terms of things like flying the drone? Lots of things to finish up today, but read a lot of interesting tech-related news and an interesting one about a Powerball winner, which was kind of, well, a lot of people probably think it's silly, but I guess it's kind of a legitimate concern. Anybody see this Falcon Heavy test flight yesterday? Holy smokes. Basically, they had this rocket launch and they live streamed it. It was even here on the YouTube. As it says in the description, when Falcon Heavy lifts off, it will be the most powerful operational rocket in the world by a factor of 2. With the ability to lift off orbit nearly 64 metric tons, that's 141,000 pounds, a mass greater than a 737 jetliner loaded with passengers, crew, luggage, and fuel. And there were a ton of people watching this. I think there was almost over 300 to 500,000 people just waiting to see the live stream. And as the thing took off, it was crazy. You see everyone cheering. It's like a sporting event, it seems like. But the interesting thing is too, as it made up there, it says this thing's supposed to be way cheaper than what they currently used before. So it makes you wonder if this is gonna be the time when it's gonna start sending people into space in a regular, routine fashion. Or basically they can launch stuff into space in general with more ease. There was also one part of the map when the rocket was actually going up into space, it showed that it was going to something like the drone base or something like that. I was like, that's kind of interesting. Makes you wonder if one day you had, like, say, a drone that can go into space. Do you think that would be wise to go up in the mountain in the middle of the nowhere and just fly straight up into space and back down? Or was that be too illegal in every single way? I don't know, stuff like that, I think if you can, like a regular person in a safe way, I think that basically is a good thing in general, because who knows, like I said, the more people there is, the better. But this sounded like a neat story about the drones. It says here, blooming marvelous, drones give BC researchers new view of enormous jellyfish clusters. So yeah, because you see here, I guess, there was this huge cluster of jellyfish, and it looks like, I don't even know what it was when you look above. It just looks like some kind of green glob or slime. But because of the drone, they're able to get aerial views of it. So in my opinion, that's the good thing. When more people have access to stuff like this, the more you can discover. This is kind of the example I used to before, where even though I'm a recreational flyer, if I flew over this thing and I saw that, I probably wouldn't even know what it was. Same thing, I would just go, oh, interesting green glob pattern there or whatever. I would have captured it. It'd probably take some kind of researcher, marine biologist, or whatever you want to call it, to say, hey, look what you have. But like I said, the more people flying, the better in my opinion, as long as you're doing it safely. Oh, did they just dig that out or something? And the most interesting news I read today was this one here. It says, winner of the US $560 million Powerball jackpot wants to stay anonymous, but could lose winnings. So for those who don't know, obviously the Powerball is a lottery, and that's a lot of money, $560 million. And to my understanding with this Powerball, like most lotteries, when you win it, one of the stipulation is you have to claim it and then agree to go public. I guess you're helping them promote it. Like I was going through the site, you can see all these people with their lottery winnings, they take photos and they do interviews. Whereas this person, they didn't want to do that. They want to basically get the money but remain anonymous. And what made it a little crazy from what I read is she's taking them to court over this. It says here, the woman who was identified in court documents as Jane Doe, according to newhampshire.com, said she would like her identity to remain a secret even though rules by the New Hampshire Lottery Commission dictate that a winner signs the back of the winning ticket before being able to claim the prize. So apparently she did that. She basically wrote her name on the back of the ticket, which would defeat the purpose of being anonymous, because when they claim the ticket, I guess they have to show that too, so it's gonna have her name regardless. So that's why she's, I guess, suing, saying, I still wanna be private, like don't take pictures or anything. And then apparently her lawyer released statements and stuff saying she's a long-time resident of New Hampshire and is an engaged community member. Her attorney was reported as saying she wishes to continue this work and the freedom to walk into a grocery store or attend public events without being known or targeted as the winner of $500 million. Actually, speaking of lawyers and stuff, this is kind of interesting to me, because usually when you, I guess for people, when I read those lottery stories, they said when you do win it, you should try to, I guess, protect it in every single way, because everyone will come after you. And it says here, it was only after she met with an attorney that Doe realized a trust could sign for and collect the winnings, therefore preserving her privacy. Her attorney said in the report. He also asked if Doe could replace her name on the ticket with a trust in the presence of the lottery officials, but was told that any alteration would invalidate the ticket and she would lose her winnings. So that's kind of interesting too. Once you go to the lawyers, they say you can do this, makes you wonder if she's already feeling the effect of winning the lottery. You have people like lawyers and financial advisors saying, give me all your money and I'll help you do this and this. And as the lottery stated here, it says, while we respect this player's desire to remain anonymous, state statutes and lottery rules clearly dictate protocols. The winnings will expire after a year if they remain unclaimed. To me, it's actually a really fascinating topic. In that sense, would you kind of agree with her saying, yeah, she should be able to take the money because she wants to do this good deed according to the attorney and all that? Or would you say, tough luck, that's the stipulation? You basically win such a huge public prize there. In exchange, you basically lose things like your privacy. Because I know a lot of people often say with certain things like having, say, a lot of money or things like fame, that's unfortunately what you give up. Things like your privacy in many ways. I mean, it's different if people are, I guess, harassing you in a personal way, like, say, stalking you or whatever. But it's a little different in terms of that, in terms of things like, in my opinion, giving out your name and all that. I mean, that's your exchange. $500 million just for that. I know a lot of people would say they'd do it in a second. At the same time, there are legitimate concerns, but I don't know, for me, I just can't agree with the fact saying you're remaining anonymous, but you know what you kind of signed up for in the beginning. From all the documentaries I've seen of lottery winners too, just for those people that won so much money, that they made so much friends and connections, then afterwards, once it's gone for whatever reason, they misspent it, gave it away to everybody, then all of a sudden they lose all that support and everything like that, like people that they thought they were friends or no more. That's why even for me, from my mindset, I really value, for example, when I get the support from people, when I'm not in that quote position yet, like say I'm not like quote the millionaire here, so that way you kind of get a better understanding of who your true, I guess, friends, supporters and all that stuff are. Because afterwards, once I can imagine anyways, once you get that, everyone will come over the woodwork, so you don't know who's just using you for what. So always truly value the support of the people that are giving you that kind of support now. I know for me, even if I don't have the means to, say, help people back in that way, I never forget personally, for everyone that's helped me and all that, when I'm not at that position yet. It's easy to jump on the bandwagon once you're there, but all the true people, they basically support you, you know, right when you start, when you just have almost nothing and all that. All right, stick out my martial arts later too. Trying to think what to try today. Okay, this time I'm trying the one called the green protein. Last time I tried the extreme one, it wasn't that good overall taste-wise. That's what you expect from a protein drink. This one says mango, whey protein, kale, tropical juice, and pineapple. This one actually tastes better, actually. You still kind of get that mushy taste, which is because of the protein, but yeah, it actually tastes better than the other one. I guess since it's raining, I actually wanted to try some specific older footage just to see if I can tweak it a little better now. All right, see you guys later.